Greetings, my apprentice mechanics. Welcome back to Rover Mechanic Simulator. As you can see right here. I don't know that I'd ever really looked around here. Can't go out. We're in some kind of an airlock. Huh. You can see little broken rovers. Oh, look, Ingenuity's flying. Broken rover there. We've got a little broken Ingenuity. Huh. Some little bots, maybe Curiosity or something. Anyways, we are going to do some of the hard missions. We want to take some of the really challenging ones. We're going to look through some of the different rovers and see how well we can do some of these challenging missions. Before we do that, though, I've always wanted to see if there's anything we can do to fix this guy up. Doesn't look like it. That's a pity. See if there's anything else unusual in this room. No. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Yeah. Just making sure it's all good. Okay. So we're going to try to do one of the hard ones for each bot. So we're going to take the lowest. Let's see, Sojourner. We got Opportunity. There's no Spirit missions left, which is kind of curious. No hard Curiosity ones. So we'll start with Sojourner. We'll do both of the Sojourners here. Premium, because we are premium. Trying to analyze a piece of rock. We need Sojourner to go for it itself. So when we realize we couldn't measure the hazard distance correctly, okay, we'll take the premium service because we are a premium service kind of group. Let's go ahead and tackle this if we can actually go the right direction. Okay. So Sojourner is the bot that was launched some time ago. It was a part of the Pathfinder mission, which was one of the first ones to try to land some of the really heavy payloads on the surface of Mars. So let's see, what do we got? Looks like these little hazards are. And this was kind of the forerunner to Spirit and Opportunity, which came later. So we got to take this off. Hang on. These are red, so we got to take the solar panel off first, which we got to take the antenna off. Okay. Hopefully we just have to take the solar panel. I think it's because of this bracket thing right here. I think that's going to come off and allow us access. Good. So then we can take these various sensors off. Okay. Not too shabby. So while I am working here, we've had a bunch of exciting space news. And I'll probably be talking more about these on my main space channel, but I wanted to give a brief preview on this stuff. So, two things. First of all, Rocket Lab, which is really an up-and-coming rocket company. They don't have the name recognition of SpaceX, but they will someday. They're very much following in SpaceX's footsteps about 10 years later. They just announced that they're going, 13 years later. They just announced that they're going to launch a super heavy rocket of their own, which is named Neutron. And by super heavy, I mean compared to what they have been doing, because it's not actually going to be super heavy. Okay, I thought that would be fine, but we may as well check it since we had everything out. Okay, looking for anything else unusual. Looks like its primary camera. It has a color camera here. Not seeing anything else unusual. Okay, so we can print this up. We're going to use this. We got laser diode projectors times 4. Okay. Laser diode projector. Those are going to take a while to print. Okay, well, let's go over here. Hit the recycle button. I don't know that... Maybe we can put the camera back on. Yeah. So they had some of the hazard cameras, but not nearly what Curiosity... Of course, this was a lot lower and it was intended to go for later. The longer, though, that we have these bots operating on the surface of Mars, the more of the sensors we have for image detection for hazards. If you look, this one only has these laser diode projectors, I guess sense something right in front of it and a couple of cameras. Whereas Spirit and Opportunity have a bunch, and then, you know, Curiosity has even more. And Perseverance, man, it has a ton of cameras. Okay. Did get everything recycled that we can. That's good. Anything I can take apart? Probably not. Can I clean the solar array? No. You can't clean this solar array. That's interesting. A lot of the other ones you can. Oh well. And we have 60%, 70%. So the other interesting bit of news that we can talk about too, besides Rocket Lab, was the Dear Moon project. So the Dear Moon project is a privately funded effort funded by Yusaki Mazawa. And he is going to fund this effort to go around the moon. That's going to be, he's going to take 8 of his favorite artist friends that you can actually start signing up for now. And it's tempting to sign up for, although I got no chance of having that happen. Although I still may sign up just for the fun of it, just to see what it's like. The process to get in. It's probably worth it for that. But there'll be like 6 months of training and then get to go fly around the moon. It should be a pretty neat mission. Nothing super fancy, but okay. Let's see. We are fixed. Plug it in. Go auto calibrate. And we had done a 25-minute mission in less than 7 minutes. Sweet. Fantastic. And we have made a lot of money and a fair bit of experience too. We don't seem to be able to upgrade things anymore, which is fine, I suppose. May as well continue the hard sojourner. This rover is fine, but in order to just replace the antenna and reset the ECU. Why is this a hard mission? Replace the antenna. The ECU, I think, is the control unit. I almost never actually move this stuff. I'm gonna pull the crane up once when there's not a mission happening, just to see what it does. We're gonna see if we can find anything interesting between missions. Just pull the antenna and reset the ECU. I don't trust this. Well, we'll open the cover. This little toy bot. So this little toy bot was kind of like Ingenuity is. That it's the pathfinder to future missions. I see. Yeah? Oh, come on, really? That can't be it. This does look a little bit beat up, but I suppose it's not too bad. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else unusual at all. No, okay. Antenna, LMRE antenna. I'm waiting for something to go horribly wrong here. So this did say it was a really hard mission. But, you know, there have been missions that were supposedly easy that turned out to be a royal pain. Okay. That was it. Wow. That's like the easiest mission you could possibly have. And even this. Like, what? That's as easy as they come. Okay, well, we'll take it. Earned a ton of resources and it cost us basically nothing. All right. Sure, that was a hard one. Haha. Let's try one of the Oppie ones. Remember the rover we sent to a moon? This is the one. This trip was somewhat successful on the way back. The lander's airbags didn't deploy. So Opportunity and Pathfinder and Spirit all landed by the airbag method, which is really interesting. Let's go ahead and pull this. I wonder, can we, how do you zoom? That moves it, lower rise, QE. Let's just zoom in here. See if we see anything unusual. Zoom out. No. Okay. Yeah, whatever. We'll try playing with that some more later. So, what do we got here? Oh, it's got a little bummed leg. The forward rocker. It has... looks like one of the solar panels is broken. So we're going to have to take off all the solar panels. That's going to be fun. Does it say anything about the computer? Okay, so probably not. That's fine. So we got to take off the wheel. And then you take out the little motor on the inside. Oh, this is the bearing, sorry. Excuse me. Then there's a motor. It just plunks out. Then you take off, let's take off the cables first. You got to take off all these screws. And then take off the outer ones. Oh, we forgot the cable. Oh, I always forget the cables. Silly us. Then this was the part that's broken, the forward rocker. Okay. So this is a really kind of ingenious system. Forgot that. You can see here that this can tilt these back legs forward or backward as they need to work better. Solar panels are dirty, which isn't in and of itself necessarily a bad thing, but we're going to have to clean them off to figure out exactly what's going on. The hinges are fine. Okay. This thing helps to fold it up in a ball because this landed in a like a pyramid-shaped bag, basically. Pyramid-shaped set of airbags. Really, really crazy, ingenious little system. If you haven't seen a video of it, it is awesome. Okay. This is the only one that we know for sure is broken. So we'll take this off and replace it. You know, we're not timed. Let's go ahead and take the other solar panels off and clean it. It's the right thing to do, even if we don't have to. So this one has a little sundial target, which this is very similar to the sundial targets that have been on future missions. Perseverance has one that's a lot fancier, to say the least. But they can be used to check its position and things like that. Check the solar position. Can be used for a lot of things, like tell if you're on a slope or something like that. Oy. Opportunity and Spirit are such a pain to put together. I don't know that there's any differences between the two in the game, or there's minor differences between the two, but they're basically the same. They're complete twinsies. Perseverance and Curiosity are very similar, but not the same for sure. Cleaning these solar panels is a pain. Okay, let's take you off. So the mast was protected because it was on the inside. What do we have here? Let's zoom in on this arm, and it looks fine too. Okay. So first things first, well, let's get the solar panels we know we need to, which is, so we need the forward rocker, E and A. So forward rocker. Is it left or right? Right. I would have picked left, so I'm glad I checked. And then E and A. Solar panel E and solar panel A. Let those print up, and then let's go give these guys some love. They're pretty filthy, to say the least. So I find you have to rotate around to clean these edges to get the... Ooh, that does not look like a good panel. Nor does this one. Yeah, you really got to get these edges cleaned off. There we go. And clean D. Clean off these little doohickeys. Okay, we're clean. And one more, which is B. This one looks like it might actually be okay. Maybe. If we can get it all cleaned off. Which I know we can because I've done this before. There we go. So the way that you can check is you go to warehouse and then, so B is good, D is horrible, and F. So we need everything. So we need B, C, or wait, C, D, and E. Oh, we already printed E. C, D, F, right? C, D, and F. Okay. Let's just check A and E. Yep. C, D, E, A, and F. We'll have printed all of those. We'll recover a whole 109. Recycling does not do a ton of good. Even to get inside of here would be a royal pain. We may be able to cheat just a little bit though. Let's see if we can. You can kind of sort of see through it. Nope. It actually prevents me from rotating in. It's clever. Okay. That's fine. We'll just go ahead and install the solar panels that we've got. So these solar panels were over-spec'd so that it would be able to last for its longer mission. They thought about having some kind of a cleaning mechanism. They realized that it was easier to just send more solar panels. E we have. Oh, we have the rocker too. Let's get that assembly taken care of after we get these doohickeys. Okay. Then here. And last of all, this one. So that's F. We don't have F. We don't have C. We don't have D. Okay, but we do have the rocker. Let's go ahead and put you on. Oh, I forgot to recycle the rocker. That's fine. So the question is when you're installing the rocker, do you have to say, "We will rock you"? That is the real question. I'm going to go with no, just because it seems like the kind of thing that would stir a copyright strike. But, you know, use your imagination. It'd probably sound pretty horrible anyways. Oh, well, we'll screw it on first, fine. But this would be the one we'd really do first. And then I think we have the nuts. Yep. This one's a nut job. Get this screwed in. Excellent. Then put the motor in. Put a bearing on. Screwed in from the side. And put the wheel on. These wheels are a huge improvement over Sojourner. And a lot easier to deal with than Perseverance and Curiosity. These are definitely my favorite wheels to deal with. Before we get too far, let's toss that bad rocker. Bad rocker. Okay. So we'll put on solar panel D. Or C. Then the calibration target, which usually the calibration target's dirty. I guess, though, this never really had a chance to unfold. I really wish I could see this thing folded up, because it would help me to understand. They called this the Origami Spacecraft because of all of the way that the solar panels had to be folded up. Of course, it's got nothing on James Webb, which, you know, it'll launch sometime. The good old James Webb joke is not all fairy tales start with once upon a time. Some of them start with when James Webb launches. It'll be an amazing, amazing telescope. It'll be able to see something like objects that are 5 stellar orders of magnitude, which is, I don't know, like 100 times dimmer. Oh, look at how nice this solar panel looks. Much, much nicer than what we had before. Much, much nicer. And then we got to put on this one. And I think... Wait. Solar array F? We don't have an F? Huh? Oh, I printed E instead of F. Oh, whoops. I'm sure somebody caught that. Well, let's just keep this around. We'll do another mission and maybe we'll be able to use that. Anything else? Nope. That's embarrassing. First time I've done that. That's okay. Just plop out. And then get you last one on. So it has motorized hinges, but I think this high gain antenna was not deployed initially. So I think that this one folded up and it was probably trapped by this. Yeah, this held this in place. And then this folded up and it's kind of protecting that. Same thing with this. This folded up and probably attached to these two panels here somewhere. There may be a little doohickey that they divot to, but I'd have to look. Let's check. Good. Plug it in. We're going to take the cheap, easy way though. Calibrate automatically. Because why not? Okay. Sweet. Well, the only hard one we have left is Perseverance, so let's do a couple more opportunities. How is the crane over there? I've been playing around with this. Let's zoom out. Interesting. Well, we got a camera. MB. What's MB? What does it say? Doesn't say anything. I think this is the microscope. It's got some dirty solar panels. We'll go ahead and take those off, especially since these are not too terribly hard to... This one's easy and so is A. Surprised it doesn't have you take that antenna off. I would probably take that antenna off if I was going to take off these solar panels. But it doesn't have you do it, so that's fine. I think the mast came down here. And that just happens to be the one that's broken, or that we have the spare one for. We're going to go ahead and clean E just because we can. Maybe we'll get really lucky, and that one will have to be replaced. Be sure something. It's nice that it has all these missions, but it would be kind of nice if it would just do something random. And I would really like to see building up a bot be a fairly early one. Okay, those are all the dirty panels, so let's get those fixed first. This looks pretty good shape to me. Visually, you can usually tell. There we go. Let's clean A. Once you've got the dust off, at least. This one looks like it's in pretty good shape. Not shiny, but it's not bad. Okay. 4%, there we go. Then we got E. This is the one we kind of want to be wrecked. Although it actually looks like it's in pretty decent shape. Okay. So let's check the repair part. We get the MB. That looks like it's in okay shape. Ooh, MB detector. That doesn't look so good. Poor guy. MB drive, but you gotta take this guy off. Back cover, okay. Oh, it's an electronic board. We haven't had to fix one of those for a while. And that's it. Okay, let's check our tablet. So the solar arrays all look fine. So MB detector and MB drive. Let's go ahead and print those up. I think it's not, one of those looks like it's a circuit board, but it's not. But we'll check over at the circuit board table just to make sure. And then we'll reinstall our solar panels. Yep, nothing. Oh well, let's go get the solar panels back on. Okay. Get our little unfold holder. I really wonder how this thing worked. It looks pretty neat, however. The engineering that went into these missions is just amazing. They were able to discover a lot of things. An opportunity that we're working on here. Opportunity lasted for a long time. The mission was 90 days and it lasted for like, I think it was like 5,000 souls, which is insane. I mean, it just died, what, last year? Well, officially, although unofficially it really died earlier, but officially it took a little while to come back. Get you B back on. To be or not to be? That is the question. Spirit still lasted a long time, but it's just doesn't seem as long because of how long its sibling lasted. Okay, we got these parts. Let's go ahead and reassemble the MB, whatever this thing is. MB detector. Really should look up what all these are. MB drive we got replaced. I think this is a microscope. I think that's what this is. So it could be placed on the arm and it could go look at rocks. So it goes right here. Look up at rocks nice and shiny. So you have the rat, which is this tool, that can drill into rocks. Has a little drill functionality there, and then this thing could go closer and look up at them, and then the apex, I think this would shoot some kind of beams at them. I really should look up this stuff more. Okay, looking good. We just got to restart you. So we'll plug you in. Come over here. Done. So, which should we fix next? Not bad. We got opportunity, sojourner, curiosity, perseverance. Let's do some curiosity. We did perseverance a bunch the other day. Jasmine again. During last mission, we caught a little sandstorm. The rover wasn't hurt much, except for the mast. We should check it out. Okay. Ooh, this is a big boy. It's a nice little crate that's on there. Oh boy. So it's the mast and the OCM tray. I got no idea what this thing is. So we're going to take these to the workbench to see if we can figure out what's going on with them. Anything else? The sundial is dirty, so we'll clean you off while we're at it. Because we aim to please and to exceed expectations. Same thing with this KimCam reference. So KimCam was a instrument is an instrument used to detect chemistry, so you could apparently point it at there to tell if it was working right. Excuse me. It looks, everything else looks good. So let's go clean off our parts first. These things clean much, much easier than the solar panels we were messing with earlier. Okay. They both look pretty good. So OCM tray. Organic reference material. Huh. Okay. Well, we'll have to get you fixed up. And that looks good. So the mast, we got the cover. And then ChemCam. So it looks very similar to Perseverance, but Perseverance has the super cam in it. You have the navigation cameras here, which should look clean. Then you have the mass cameras, which are the best cameras, really. We'll take that off just to, yeah. Okay. Looks like it's just the case. Well, that's easy enough. Yeah. All right. And then that's it. So we need 2 organic sample trays. Let's go ahead and look at it like this. Organic reference material brick. So organic reference material brick. So those will be quick. I suspected as much. And then mast R web. Okay. And let's just check these guys. They're good. I figured. We still have that solar panel E. We got a present from Jasmine. Aw, you shouldn't have. It unlocks an achievement, and that's all I know that it does, but you get them periodically. Okay. So we got the reference materials, good. Then we need to repair the mast. Just put this guy on. Just a couple of screws. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Let's go put these guys back on. Not too bad of a mission. It satisfied our curiosity. Ooh, bad puns. Bad puns will come, and if you have them, I want to hear your bad Mars name puns. Okay. No. Well, oh yeah, we still need to put the sundial back on. That's fine. And the calibration target back on. ChemCam reference. Okay. There we go. Easy peasy. Medkit. You never know when a medkit might come in handy. Let's see. Hold to continue. Let's do another curiosity one. It's Victor again. We just finished a 20 soul mission. Our surprise, everything went almost went great, except for the atmospheric readings. Tropical forest for the last 7 souls. Yeah, if they're studying things on Mars, then it's probably a problem. Okay. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Oh, the mast is not happy. Well, let's take you off and see if we can get you all patched up. Everything else looks pretty clean. Okay. Let's see how the mast is actually doing. So REMS is the Rover Environment Management Station. So one of these just barely fired off on Perseverance. It actually was deployable because I guess these got damaged a little bit when Curiosity was landing, so they had it protected. And so it just little spit out. And everything else looks pretty clean. Let's make sure... Okay, we can take these apart. Yeah, the wind sensor just got spit out. So this cover is looking bad. That's just the cover. That's it. So the wind sensor is broken on this one. And then the humidity sensor is broken on this one. Okay. So we need a wind sensor, ground temperature, and relative humidity. So let's see here. We need a relative humidity, wind sensor, ground temperature sensor. Ground temperature, wind, relative humidity. And we'll scrap the med pack just because. We'll keep the solar panel though. It'll come in handy. I have faith. Okay. Go put these bad boys back in. So hopefully that will not read a jungle. It will get an appropriate level of wind. And that totally does not look like anything nasty. We got the temperature sensor. Oh, it actually sensed the temperature of the ground. That's cool. Put them back on the mast. So I wonder why these particular instruments are on the mast. Okay. Looking fantastic. Look at how much better. You fixed the little tiny instruments on there, and the whole thing just looks that much better. Looks good. Totally no phallic shapes there, right? Whoops, I was not supposed to click on it. Getting these things is one of the biggest pains plugging the configurator in just to calibrate it automatically. And we're done. Lots of points. Good. Oh, we got a hard curiosity one. Let's do the hard curiosity one. I'm curious to see how fast we can do this. Ooh. We get to take apart the radioactive part. Okay. So this is called the RTG. This is what powers it, and this is also radioactive. You got to take off the pipes. So I assume that it has some kind of heating solution. RTGs produce a lot of heat, and they can use that heat to produce power. So I assume that some of this will actually purposely carry the heat from the RTG to the components that need it. You can see these little coils. Maybe that's to keep the cool. Yeah, could be for the cool. We got a couple screws here. Okay. So both Curiosity and Perseverance have one of these. There's a lot of little screws on this boy. That must be for the electricity. So it generates electricity based off of the temperature differential. So you want to have some parts of it to be cool and other parts to be warm. So we're going to take the RTG apart at the bench. Okay. I don't know for sure if this is what the inside of one of these looks like, but it's fun to pretend at least. So then you have a thermal insulation. You have yet another layer of protection. And then we have all of these thermal electric modules. So these will actually have, well, I guess thermal electric, these are the things that make the electricity. I assume around here, or maybe even inside, would be the radioactive parts. Plutonium-238, I want to say. So we need to print 4 thermoelectric modules. Three and 4. Then we need to print GPHS. That's probably the radioactive thing. GP. Well, hang on. What is that? GPHS. Oh, this is another part. Aha. Oh ho. Haven't taken this thing apart yet. Heat source liner. There's the RTG core is on the inside there. So that will be where the radioactive material is. Oh, there are a couple of these that are, yeah, radioactive material placed inside a container with one thermocouple. Okay. Boy. In real life, I would not want to be messing with this. I'm a big pro-nuclear fan, but in real life, I would not want to be messing with this. I take apart everything else, maybe, under the proper procedures, but the radioactive stuff, nah, I'll pass. if this is broken. Okay. So we need RTG cores. How many of them do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I like how they're glowing red. So let's scrap. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. So scrap. We're gonna need the heat source liner also. So heat printer, heat source liner. Okay, 3 of those. So we're going to start by just putting these guys in. We'll take care of the easy thing. And then we can actually start to fix this guy too. Whoops, 2. Wait, there's a whole... Hang on. We haven't even taken this one off. I guess it must be okay. Yeah. So we can cover this guy. Yeah. Gosh, for a real life RTG though, I would not want to put anything less than the best parts. Okay, I see how it is. There's 2 ends that you can pull out the cores, and there's 2 ends that just have a liner. Okay, so we gotta go scrap these guys. That should be everything else that we need, I believe. Oh, why did I print 3 of those? Do we need one on the inside? I don't know if we did or not, but I'm going to take off the yellow one here. Because at least for this core stuff with the radioactive material, we're going to leave it the best, whoops, that it could possibly be. Because we do not want to be getting back in here. Okay. Screw back in the all-important core. So these fins are basically to try to be as cool as you can, because the bigger the temperature differential, the better the effect will be. I'll wait until we get it all back together. So put you back in. Power cable of some kind. We got another screw. No fair when you can't even see these to make sure you get them right. And then this is another power cable. Maybe this controls it. There's not really a lot of control though with an RTG. It's just basically on or off. The RTG is basically the same between this and Perseverance. In fact, they're actually kind of stock parts. Although they have a couple of different designs. They make these. My uncle works at a laboratory that actually makes these. They make these at the National Atomic Energy Lab, I think is what it's called. It's in southern Idaho. So this little spot surrounded by potato farms and all of that kind of stuff is a laboratory that is at the cutting edge of this kind of stuff. How's it looking? Good. Let's get our plug-in. Sweet. Radioactive achievement. It's been a long time since we've got a new achievement. Let's try opportunity. Go fix you up, Poppy. See if you need a solar panel. Probably not. Ooh. Oh no. Oh, this is going to be a long mission. We have to, well, hang on. So we got to take this thing off. Look at all of the parts that are red when we highlight that. And that includes, we had to basically take this thing completely, totally apart. That's okay. We'll get the opportunity to see the guts of this mission and see every little part on here. We'll check the computer since we're going to pull it all out. Okay, and then the mast. Take off all of these guys, the data power cables. And unscrew it, and the mast is, we've demasked it. Okay, let's just start with the solar panels. Then the hinges, and we got to work our way to the inside. Definitely the most complex. I think the second most complex is like if you're replacing the top part of the wheel structure. This thing is similarly difficult to take off for some of the rovers, although it's, I think, a fair bit easier than to get on the inside. I forget which one's the hardest. Sojourner, that's a real pain. It's by far the hardest thing to do with Sojourner. Getting on the inside of Sojourner is quite easy. In fact, so is Perseverance and Curiosity. It's only this one that it takes a lot of work. And there comes A. So then let's take this solar panel off. We got our calibration target. This was supplied by the Planetary Society, 2 worlds, 1 sun. It's kind of cool that a private company, or private organization really, can supply little doohickeys like that. They also have supplied some of the microphones that have been on missions, which Perseverance did actually finally get an audio recording of the surface of Mars. I couldn't hear much from it, but it was kind of cool. Okay. You can see all of these screws we're going to have to take off to get that plate off once we get there, but we're not even close. We're maybe halfway to taking things off. I've done one of these missions with all of the upgrades in 20 minutes or something. I think it's my record. They are a pain to do that fast, though. Okay, take off the clip here. Wish they had a little bit more assemblies for these solar panels. Gosh, that was horrible speak. And we still have to take this off. So the one of these is motorized and one of them is not motorized for every surface. So this is a magnetic plate, I believe was used to hold maybe the solar panels in place or something like that. Got this one, that's the one of the motorized ones. Now we got the stuff on the surface. We have a UHF antenna, nothing fancy there. This is used to communicate with the satellites. We've got a mast holder, so this held the mast down before it was deployed. Mast holder A, this held part of it, obviously. I think the mast here, we'll put this on in a different order. We have the back magnet, which also helped to hold stuff down. It always seems to get dirty. Mast holder, lots of little various parts so that the mast could be folded in properly. I'll have to see if I can find some pictures. Talk about some of this sometime on my YouTube channel, because this game has me really thinking about all of that. Now I think we just have the two big antennas. This is the low gain antenna, which is always deployed. This would be able to communicate directly back with Earth, but not at a very high bandwidth. It's the much simpler emergency communication one. Oh, they have a little memorandum. So this launched very shortly after the Columbia incident where the space shuttle blew up. So they have a little memorandum to the space shuttle there. I want to say there's something on here that was made from some of the steel from the World Trade Center as well, but I can't remember what that is. I'm not even sure if it's this mission. I think it is, though. Maybe one of you guys will know in the chat. Okay. Ah, finally. We can take this thing off now. Very straightforward to take off once all of the parts are off, but getting all the parts off takes a little while. Okay, pluck. Let's check the computers. Oh, mini test is broken. Okay. So mini tests, I want to say is some kind of a, oh, we got another problem. The rat is broken. Boy, this is a challenging one for sure. I think it's like some kind of a thermal sensor camera. I could be wrong. I really should know this stuff. So let's fix the rat. Revolution axis motor. So that's the ram. That's part of the rat, I guess. Okay. And then we got some solar panels to clean. We should probably print some of our parts while we're waiting. Get right here along the edges. And also by these holes are areas that a little bit of dirt can stick. Okay. Whoops, keep cleaning. Magnet looks like it's in pretty good shape. Don't know why that one's so important to keep clean, and same with the back magnet. Okay. Sometimes getting this last little speck of dust can be real annoying. Because I don't know about you, but I don't see no dust on this. Four, go along the edges. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Okay. So let's get our parts figured out. We need to print. Magnet looks good. Back magnet looks good. I was pretty sure they would. So mini test in red and revolutionary motor. So let's see here. Mini. I think Tez is on one of the orbiting spacecraft. We've got the red, which is the case. And then we need the motor. Okay. All of this work just to find the 3 parts that are broken. We didn't check the solar panels. We'll check those here in a bit. Salvage these though. Yeah, I thought you would be fine. Okay. Last part is actually the part we needed the most. We should have done that one first. That's okay. Mini Tez we can install, so let's go ahead and install you. And then the cover. Actually, we can just keep installing. Put everything back on again. Because the part that's broken is the rat. So we'll get everything but the rat fixed. Okay, looking good. So we're going to put the mast on first this time. Because I want to try to figure out how all of these piece together. Because I don't see any indicator that this thing can bend. This looks like it's pretty firmly upright, doesn't it? I don't think that is actually the case, though. There's another engine here. Let's see if we can figure this out. So this can rotate it around there, and this one can rotate this up and down. So you can look all the way around and you can look up and down, but I don't see anything that indicates that that could be stationary. You have these magnets here, which probably holds the arm. Okay, this is to hold the arm in place. Aha. That I can totally believe would be the case. Let's go ahead and put the solar array on. I think we're learning something here. Okay. One more screw. So we have the magnet forward array. I'm kind of wondering if these were just an experiment to look and see if there were magnetic particles that stuck to them. It's possible. So then we got all of these mast holders. Wonder if they held it in place, but then what are these? Mast holder A? These must have held something. It's little pins, I imagine. Maybe they did hold the mast down somehow, held onto these parts. It's possible, I suppose. Okay. Let's get the hinges going back on. So this is the motorized one. This is for the back. Solar panel C. We got another mast holder. Let's get the antennas back together. They seem like they're important. LGA upper. I probably should have taken the cover off of the computer just to look at the computer while we had it all open, but that's okay. Violating our principles by putting the cables in first. That's okay though. Okay. This is one of the simple hinges that does not have a motor. Never had to take one of the hinges apart, but it looks like you can. Okay. 2 planets, 1 sun. 2 worlds, 1 sun. That's what it says. Maybe it was a calibration instrument of some kind. Ooh, excuse me. That's what I get for streaming later at night. Just gotta yawn a little bit, that's all. It's not you, it's me. Okay. Looking good. We got the mast holder, the unifold unfold holder. I so want to see a video of this deploying. I mean, there's got to be some test they did on Earth that will show this. There's got to be. Okay, this will complete this half of the solar panel installation. Then we got to go on to the other half. Get our D on. If I was doing the game, I think I would have taken these hinges and taken the hinges off at the same time as a sub-assembly, similar to how they do for some of the other stuff. I think that would have made this a lot less tedious. Because there's no other part other than getting to there's like 4 parts. There's the mini TES, the cover, the electronics, and this cover that are such a royal pain to get to because you have to take everything off. Oh wait, we gotta go to the printer. Yep, we got our motor for the rats. Do you know that there were rats on Mars? 2 of them. They drilled holes, 8 holes into the surface of the planet. Okay. I think... Oh, we're still missing the high gain antenna. Darn. Okay, we gotta put the motor back in. I knew something was missing. And we got the joint that holds it in place. Now, maybe these things were to hold the antenna. Because this antenna was actually facing this way, so it could be that that's the case. I don't know. This is be the name of the crew. Look at this. Memorandum to the crew of the Space Shuttle Columbia, STS-107, February 1, 2003. Cool. I remember watching the launch of this mission back before that was a thing that was easy to do over the internet. I didn't watch this in person. I've only ever seen one launch in person, and that was the launch of Northrop Grumman 12 mission to the International Space Station. As much of a space nerd as I am, you would think that I would have done that. Looks good. Complete the order. So OPI is good. That's the last opportunity. So let's see. Let's do the hard curiosity one. Hello, it's Norman again. Last mission was a partial success. We collected many promising samples. The cost of the turret's well-being. There's some rockfall accident during drilling. I think you can guess what happened next. I love that it's called a turret. Come over. Good. So the turret is the arm. Ooh. You have been badly beat up. Well, we'll get you all taken care of, buddy. Just hang tight. We got your back. So this is a cover for the motor. I'm fairly sure that the parts in this are overly simplified. Like pretty much all of the engines are exactly the same. But, you know, they got to take some liberties. It is a game. You don't want to make it too complex. So the apex, which is, I want to say an electron microscope of some kind, maybe. I really need to get better set on the instruments of all of these various rovers. The drill feed mechanism. So we got the drill back cover. Whoa. That's a lot of screws. That cover doesn't look like it's in that great a shape, does it? Drill feed mechanism. We got Mali. Gotta unplug it. DRT, that's an interesting sounding instrument. Look at this, it has some brushes. I guess it goes and cleans off rocks so you can look underneath them some. We still got turret contact sensor. So this is for a drill, I guess. You can sense when you've made contact with the rock so the drill can come in there precisely. Drill tool, yep. We got contact sensor. You know, I would leave these contact sensors on if it was up to me. Have them be part of the turret, but you take them off on the workbench. Instrument turret, where do we go? Okay. Gear train cover. Yeah, this seems like the kind of thing that should be in a sub-assembly. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, now at long last, the turret comes off. Turret's off, guys. We got probably this actuator cap. Always hold the left mouse button when you're doing that. Pull out the motor. Okay, exciting. So this arm comes off. And then we got one more actuator to take off. Maybe two. All these little itty bitty screws. Another engine. Or motor, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's what I thought. We got another cap to take off. Boy, this poor little turret has seen a better days. Take out the engine. And then we got the last part. I think that's it. Yeah. Interestingly enough, it doesn't look like you can take off any of the rest. Anything else that stands out? Not really. Looks like it was just the arm that was caught. Okay. So let's take a look. So IDD upper arm and forearm assembly. Forearm and upper arm. We need an actuator cap, 2, and then an instrument turret. Turret. So we got turret. Whoops. Okay, turret. 2 caps. The arm. We need a drill back cover. And then we're going to have to check to see if we need anything else. Drill back cover. We're going to go pick up some of these so we make sure we have plenty of space. Let's see if there's any sub-assemblies that we need to take apart. Drill tool is broken. No surprise. Front drill housing. So it looks like the drill bits needs to be replaced. Front drill housing. And that looks like it's fine. Okay, drill bit and front drill assembly. So we're going to search for drill. Drill bit, front drill housing. Let's go recycle those 2 bits. We already did print up the back cover, I believe. It should be everything that we need. Okay. Drill tool, let's just add you back in. Get the drill bit in. Okay. And everything else looks like it's in pretty decent shape. So, yeah. It's just time to start putting this back together again. Doesn't really look like it's brand new, does it? These motors are quite easy to replace, which is nice. It's really interesting, the progression of 20 years of these rovers that have been developed. You can see the technologies that work differently. Okay. Let's get the arm back on. Excellent. Lots of little doohickeys here. Be fun to just drill a bunch of parts with a pneumatic instrument like that. Pneumatic drill like this. I assume that's what it is. Okay, we got the drill feed mechanism. Seen better days, but not horrible. Back cover. Let's drill you in. Oh boy, that's a lot of bits to drill. Okay, looking good. Now we just got to start rotating around to put the various instruments. Mali, I do not know what this is at all. This may be one of the things that Curiosity can do is to pick up things to bake them, but that's probably not what that is. That may be what this is. Yeah, this could be like a sample tube cleaner. So it'll pick up little samples of dirt and then put them into a couple of instruments here that can detect some stuff about them. It can actually literally cook them to figure out what's inside. And they would like to do that for more samples, but one of the big things that Curiosity has been trying to figure out is the methane on Mars mystery. So there's been a big debate as to whether or not there's any significant amount of methane in the atmosphere of Mars. And Curiosity has detected some using a good method, but there is a ESA mission named the Trace Gas Orbiter, which says that there is not. And there has been a bunch of other indeterminate evidence. So either the Trace Gas Orbiter is just has some fundamental problem, which is unlikely, or Curiosity is reading something that's in the noise, which is possible, or what's the other thing? Or that there's a localized source of methane on Mars that is very random. This happens to be where Curiosity is, and Curiosity is in an interesting location on Mars that has some liquid water that occasionally pokes out. So it's a really interesting mystery, and I would love to know what the answer is. It's by far the thing I've studied the most about what Curiosity has been up to. So instead of baking things, they're just mostly sniffing the air, which is something they were barely going to do, looking for organic substances, namely methane, in the air. But they still do bake stuff from time to time. These look like microphones, don't they? One of those shotgun mics. I think that's it. Let's see. Yep, all fixed up. Looking almost good as new. You're looking good enough. You know, it's 2021 and we're just going to go with good enough. Oops, we need to restart it. So come over here. Hit the calibrate button. Excellent. Still don't get any more upgrades. Okay, that's fine. Whoa, we got a bunch of hard Curiosity missions. Let's do Sojourner. Jasmine's still not here. There's something wrong with this thing again. This time it just keeps going in circles. Okay. I just want to see if there's anything that happens when we finish this, and then we got enough time for some of the hard Curiosity ones. We'll give those a shot. Okay. So it keeps going in circles. Nominally, that was when the antenna is, but you notice here the rocker is broken. So we're going to have to take this thing a substantial amount apart to get it to work. Okay, let's just have at it. In fact, we're going to have to take all of these all of these wheels and whatnot off. And you take the wheel off. I don't understand why that cover comes off in the order that it does, but that's okay. Then there's no motor on the inside. It just has a bearing because there's only a motor on these wheels. So the bogie is broken too. Okay. And you take the wheel off. The more modern ones, you can actually just take the wheel off and then fix it independently. You see, this one has a motor, which we're pulling out, or getting the bearing first, and then the motor will just pop out. Small difference between the two. Oh wait, we forgot this bearing cover. And now you can see that they're pretty much the same. We can then... You can see that JPL really loves to do legacy stuff. So they'll, test this out and it works well, and if it works, then why should they bother fixing any of it? Because it works. So they'll use the same essential features on some of the future rovers, as we can see. So we can see bogie holder right is broken. Let's go ahead and print that up. Bogie holder right. I'm only going to print that one up for now because that one is the most internal one. Meaning we have to replace that one first. We want that to be ready when we start taking things out. Or putting things back together again. We don't want to have to wait for that to be printed. Okay, then take the bearing out. You see this one also has a motor. It's just the front and the back. The middle one did not. Okay, and the motor. That's right, we've already taken that further apart. We have another assembly of some kind. Actually, these aren't really assemblies. Assemblies only started to happen in the game for curiosity. You have another cover that I think has a motor. No, it has the rocker. So this thing can be fairly flexible. So it can go over little bumps and cracks without too much difficulty. And then the bogie holder. And now we have taken this thing down to bare bones. There's nothing else we can take apart here. Let's take a quick look though. Looks pretty good. It's just the right hand side. Okay. So let's see. We got the bogie holder. We need the rocker, right? And the bogie. Rocker and bogie. And a cover plate. So rocker, right? And bogie, right? And then a holder, which is, it's like a wheel thing. cover plate. That's what it's called, cover plate. Cover plate. Okay, let's go recycle our parts. Be good citizens. Cover plate. We got the bogey, rocker, bogey holder. If it's done printing, we don't want to come back. All right, let's do this. So the bogey holder goes first. So note that the rocker goes over here on one side. This is towards the back, I believe. Curiosity and Opportunity both have a very similar structure. Then they have a similar wheel actuator and so on and so forth. And then we'll go ahead and put the engine. These do use a different engine than is used in pretty much everywhere else in the game. Put the bearing cover on. Excellent. Good. All the cover plates are looking excellent. Put the wheel on. And then we just have the plug, and this wheel is good to go. Fantastic. Okay, we got the rocker bearing cover. So there's a little bearing in there that we have with just a gentle cover. You'll note that this was not intended to last as long. So the bogey holder holds the bogey. Fancy that. Notice that the wires only go to this end. There is a bearing in here so that it can shift appropriately to be able to go across the terrain. But the back wheel or the middle wheel, back of the rocker, does not have a motor, even though it has the little hole that you'd think there would be one, but it does not need it. This is a 4-wheel drive system out of 6 wheels. I believe Spirit and Opportunity were the same way, but Curiosity and Perseverance are both 6-wheel drive. They have a very similar structure, though, for their wheels. We'll probably take a look at those. Okay, then we got the wheel actuator. So this will control the wheel. I think it can raise it up and so on and so forth. Yeah, I think that's what that does. It's a pretty nifty little bots. You compare this to your car, and it's pretty easy to see why they function as well as they do. Okay. Our little sojourner has finished. Pretty sure next time I'm going to play Dwarf Fortress. I still need to acquaint myself with the ways behind it. Okay, good. So we got our little plug-in. Go over here and reset that. Excellent. And that is the last missions we have for Curiosity and Perseverance. We have a lot of curious missions. UHF radio. We've got part in polar mission preparation. Vehicle was exposed to severe condition. So that's just a check and see what's going on. Tricky job. Curiosity freaks out upon trying to go in reverse. We'll try it. It's always better if you know a little bit about what's going on. Okay, so the has cam, not surprisingly, is broken. This is the camera that it can actually drive itself to an extent. It'll use those images to realize if there's a hazard. Looks like the mast is broken, which is easy enough to fix. We'll just have to take it off and then take a look inside and see what's going on. So the mast, you can see very clearly on here, was actually placed down like here when it was landing. It is clearly able to move around like that. Oh, excuse me. Bottom cover, there may be something on the inside, but let's fix these guys up first. So the rear has cam. So we got some dusty stuff, which we'll have to clean up and see if they're good. A couple of dust mount protectors. It has cams. Being dusty certainly is not going to help. Certainly won't. You know, I'm going to take these off on a hunch. Well, these are actually dusty too. So yeah, we're going to have to clean those. Ooh, we got an electronic board failure. Cool. Okay. So we're going to do some dusting of all of these parts, and we'll have to go analyze them and see what's broken. Okay. This doesn't look like it's in great shape, does it? Boy, that's the easy part to clean. Let's go ahead and analyze these parts and print what we need to. So we need a has cam, rear webcam cover. So has cam cover. The IC5, we're still gonna have to fix that. So we need has cam camera and the cover. Okay. So let's go ahead and recycle these while we're thinking about it. Oh, I forgot to check the dust. Yeah. So we'll pull that up here. Rear dust protector as well. Rear dust protector. Rear dust protector. Okay, now let's go take a look over here with our PCB. We can see, ooh, we got memory C broken. We got an inductor. You have to wait until this thing is fully ready before you hold the button. Or else you just will wait forever. The resistor C. Actually, that's good shape. Never mind. Good enough. Capacitor B. Okay. Now, let's see here. We need Mem C, inductor A, resistor C, capacitor B. So wait, we have to hit Mem C, inductor A, capacitor B, and then resistor C. Resistor C, cap B. Yep, that looks right. Got a bunch of parts to pick up. We'll get the electronic parts recycled when we are dealing with the masked parts, but it's okay for now. Good, good. Inductor A. Kind of wish they had a soldering wick for taking these off, but yeah, it's too much to ask. And I know it is, but it would be fun. Okay, we have a yellow part. That's good. Let's go over here. Put the IC5 back in. Put the covers on for electronics boxes. Boy, this is a lot more complicated of an instrument than I thought it was. I thought the front one was crazy. Okay, put the dust covers on. So to protect them from dust, and then we get the dust protector that can spring open if we want to take images without that. And it looks good. So let's go ahead and recycle parts that we don't need. I'm going to hit recycle on this too. We wasted it, but that's okay. Now let's find out what's wrong with the mast. Well, first of all, the nav cams are broken. Those are an easy fix. Oh, there's 4 nav cams on here? That's curious. I wonder why. It's striking my curiosity. Ooh, bad puns, I know. Okay. Cam and the stereo cameras are looking fine. So what do we need? We need 2 nav cams. We can install the rear cam, has cam here. It's been nice and cleaned and some parts replaced. Looking much, much better than it was. Okay. Put the cover back on. Good. Get the nav cams in. Excellent. And I think we're looking good. Excellent. So let's get the mast back on. Easy enough to do because you don't have to connect the wires. You just plug it in. Looks like this magically connects all of the wires up if you align it right. A few things like that do that. Hey, Wally, how's it going? Trying something a little different out. Rover Mechanic Simulator. As I'm sure you will know, this is right up my alley. Or as you would suspect. We gotta plug this thing in. Yep. And have stuff on both of my YouTube channels actually playing this, so I don't normally play games on my main one, but this game fit. So let's see here. Which one should we fix here? Should we go with Perseverance just to complete the family? I think we will. Hello there. It seems like this rover is mad at us for something because we won't share its data or samples. We think it may be something related to electronics malfunction, but inspect the whole thing just in case. Have fun. Take care. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do next, and it may be... I may go back to old school, go Dwarf Fortress, or RimWorld, or something like that. I think I am done with Dyson Sphere for now. I'm not seeing anything that looks amiss. We're looking for something red. Okay, we got the sensors that are dirty. So we'll take them off, or the calibration tools. Oh, the EDL camera. This is the camera that was looking up at the parachutes when Perseverance landed. It's dirty. Let's go ahead and raise it up and take a look underneath. Ooh. The caching tool is off. So you have to take that off. You have to take this off. Okay, you have to go in through this way. Not surprised. So this is what Perseverance will use to poop little samples. So it has the ability to drill up samples and drop them on the surface, and then a future robot will come by and pick them up and take them back to Earth, hopefully. That's the plan, at least. So some of the cleanest things ever made are these cache tubes that it will drop on the surface of Mars full of Martian dirt. And hopefully we can learn a lot of stuff about Mars through that, especially if it ever had any life there. That's the hope. Okay. So we got the protective covering out. Now we've got the carousel, which has a bunch of tools. We fixed this up in one of the missions I did, I think last time. There's a bunch of tools that can be used to get the cache samples right so that they'll fit inside the tube and be nice and clean and all of that fun stuff. But this time we have the cache assembly here. So we got to unscrew this. So this has all of the various tubes and has the ability to drop them on the surface, because you wouldn't want to do that in a rough way. And that's it. So then we take them over to our workbench, and let's take a look and see what's going on with you, buddy. Okay, the sample handling assembly is broken. So we can't take that off until this is off. We can't take that off. This is going to be one of those. Okay, that's fine. So we got to take the motor off, and then we can take the end effective thing off. I wish you could rotate better around these, but they do not allow that easily. It's one of the few shortcomings, I think, with this game. But it looks gorgeous, and it feels realistic to me. I'm quite sure that it's only loosely based on reality, but it feels realistic, and that's good enough, right? Okay. Good. So we got to take this thing off. Do I need to take something off on the other end? Well, okay. How does this work? Hermetic seal, sample tube storage ×4. We got to take out the volume station, then the tubes. Okay. We got this thing. Gosh, this thing is all out of whack, isn't it? Sample handling, we still can't take it off. Why not? I wonder. Well, let's just start taking things off until we can't take off anything anymore. Every now and then this happens with this game. Though this is the worst offender I've seen. Got all the tubes. We still can't take that thing off. Cover parking lot. Sure, we'll take you off. Okay, looking good. Take this off. Excellent. And I do not see anything that is attached to this. Huh. This may be a genuine bug. I can't seem to adjust this in any way, shape, or form. We could still fix this anyways, but to do it would be the bad way. We have to print the setup though. Well, let's take a look at what we got, and we'll figure things out in a moment here. So we need hermetic seal dispenser. So we'll look at sealing station, hermetic seal dispenser. Then sample tube storage, sample handling elbow. So sample. Remember there was an elbow. Sample tube. Ah, too many parts. I almost need to write these down or something. And then which ones did we print? So we printed off the hermetic seal and sealing station. So sample tube, sample handling elbow, sample tube storage. So we go here, print sample tube storage, sample handling elbow actuator. And effector handle. Okay, we'll let those print for a while. Let's actually recycle these parts so we don't accidentally put them anything. And we need to clean off some cameras. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll see if we can figure out how to get that part off again. Okay. And they both look good. I thought they would. Now, how do we get this thing off? It's very clear to me that there's some little part here somewhere that we just can't see that we need to take to get off. And I don't think it's letting me do that. Not run into this problem before. Well, let me see what Google will say. Sample handling assembly base removal. Yep, it does seem like this may be a bug. And well, there's definitely some community notes that have talked about this, but yeah, this is a bug. Okay, so we're gonna have to go to plan B, which is to print the entire set, which is kind of annoying because we just barely got this going. And so the name of the set is Adaptive Cache Assembly. Oh, it's going to take forever to print. Oh, and it takes so much money. Well, there's no helping it. It's a pity. I've never had to do that before. wonder if there's a better way to mouse around. You can zoom in and out. Maybe that'll help some. I don't know. QE, nope. Well, we have found a most definite bug, which is fine. Meanwhile, let's put on our camera. Put on the calibration tool. It's so much cooler of a calibration target too. We're still only about halfway done with it. Maybe let's just try putting this back on and then we'll try to pull it off. Maybe that will reset something. Nope. It's still the handling base. Looking still the same. Still the base. Yeah, I suspect it's just some tiny part that we can't see. But that's unfortunate. Oh well, bummer. In that case, let's just fix this up as best we can. So it has 39 storage tubes. Wow. I guess it can temporarily hold up to 4 of them. Has some seals that it can dispense. Vision lens baffle. Okay. Cover parking lot, whatever that means. Drop-off station. This must be where the samples come into the system from the drill. Cache camera, so you can look and see what's going on. One of the many cameras on Perseverance. Volume station. This probably checks to see how much volume's in there. Cover parking lot. And I'm going to leave the rest off. We'll just go put this back on. This is the first real annoying bug that I found in this game. It's just not too bad considering I have like 20 to 30 hours playing it. Okay. And we put the carousel on top. That this will let's come out a different angle. There we go. That's better. Get all the power cables connected. It's amazing that there would be so many for this compared to some of the other instruments. Okay. Got a whole bunch of screws to get this thing properly back on. But this has got to be sealed off very, very well, which is why they take such extreme caution, because they really want to keep what's in there clean so that when it comes back to Earth, it's very, very clean. Except for the Martian dust. It's the only thing we want in here. We want to know what sample we're getting it from too, so yeah. It really is amazing that the astronauts were able to do as much as they did. Like, it's taken robots forever to get to that level. No missing parts. What do you mean it's still not repaired? Okay. Only thing I can imagine is broken is here. We did check to see that everything looked like it was working fine before we put it in. You can actually see most of the parts except for the ones that are on the internal. So we're going to take this apart. Okay, so it's the UHF antenna, which there's actually a better access way, but we can fix that easily enough. Okay, looking good. Whoops. Let's come over here and we got to take off this panel so we can get access to the radios. Excellent. And then check it. Oh, it's B, so it's the other side. That's fine. No big deal. So the UHF radio is the one that will talk to the satellites. The heli radio that was in there is to talk to the helicopter through this antenna. At the very beginning of the stream, we saw it flying around outside. Very, very similar panel to the one we just took off. Except for hopefully this one houses a radio that is broken, so we can fix it. Yeah, there we go. UHF radio B. And then the other one is Rimfax Electronics. I wonder what Rimfax is. UHF radio B. This mission will have cost us dearly, unfortunately, because it was broken, but that's okay. We had plenty to give. Now we're going to have all of these spare parts to take around for forever, which is fine since I've basically gotten as far with this as I'm likely to. Yep, next time we're definitely going to do something else. It'll be either Dwarf Fortress or Rim World. It'll be about the same time as on Thursday. Should be a lot of fun. Let's check. Good. Rover is repaired. Let's see if we can plug in our little doohickey. Good. Come over here, configure it. Yeah. This cost us a lot. Which is fine. We still made money even with everything considered, but that's okay. Anyways, thanks for everything. Until next time, keep on trekking. Take care, guys.